I model upon you, you wash them, send face shoes. There's a new moon and Sabbath. Barakatah Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Asherah. Natanawa. HaKadash. Bashalom. The water. Amen. English translation. Bless our Yahweh in the name of Yahushai that gives to us the new moon in peace. Thank you, so be it. Goodbye. You read everything. Psalm 121. The Alim Ma'a Asherayim Achad. Anya Arayam Nimya O Nun Yabu'a Izoya Yabu'a Maya Hawa Shaisha Shamayam Warataza La'a Jonathan Labawat Wagalia Yala'a Yanawam Shasha Marka Ana La'a Yanawam Wala Yayashan Shasha Ma Yasharala Yahweh Shamaya Yahweh Tazalia Yad Yanyam Ya Yahumam Ashamash La'a Alchaya Rayurat La'a Balayala Yahweh Yashamoya Makal Rai Yashamor Napasha Yahweh Yashamor Awalakia Wabaya Maitha Wa'aid Iwalam Basham Yahushai the water Amen. Psalm 121.
Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Amen. Hear, O Israel. Shema Yasharala. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad. Shema Yasharala. Yahweh. Allah Hainawa. Yahweh. Achad. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Wow.
Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all.
That's it, 6 and 4. right, the water. Aman. Yahweh Tapala, Yahweh's prayer. Abiyanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakovka, Taba'a, Ratazawanka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Ka, Bashamayim, Matananawa, Lakham, Yuwam, Za, Wasalaknawa, Ka Wafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Ka Wafyanawa, Wala'a, Abiyonawa, O, Nasai 1, Abo, Aoshainawa, Murad, Kaya, Luka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Watafarat, Lai Walam, Aman. Matthew 6 and 9.
Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Asherah Matazawaf, the Ten Commandments. La'a, Yahaya, Laka, Alahayim, Alkayim, Alponya. La'a, Taisha, Laka, Poso, Wala'a, Taibudum. La'a, Talakwaka, Shamwa, Yahawa, Lahaika, Lashua, Zukar, Af, Hayuwam, Ashabaf, Lakudashra, Kabad, Abiyaka, Wa'amaka, La'a, Tuatazak, La'a, Tana'ap, La'a, Taganab, La'a, Taina, Shukur, La'a, Takamad, Ko, Asherah, La'aika, Aman. Exodus 20 and 2, or 20 and 3.
Exodus 20 and 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generations of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. The Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall I labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy maidservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his maidservant, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Amen. Yeshua, please be seated. Barak Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Yahushua, Asherah. No, you don't have to repeat that. All right. Barak Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Asherah, Nawa, Pa Yagapan Tuara Aman, La Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Af Yashal. I madu upon you, Ayuashlum, send for Jerusalem. Barak Yahweh, Agado, Rakarum, Abiyah, Wanawa'a, Al-Yuwan, Malak, Shaw, Shamayim, Rataza, Wako, the Bayam, Kayayam, Wagum, Piyak, Mayahawa, Arawandawa, Ahabnawa, Apala, Yaitaza, Yahushai, Zakarnawa, Yahawa, Rataza 1, Aimka, Yasha'ala, Aizornawa, Bana, Wasap, Yasha'ala, O, Nanawa, Yamyan, Ayuwamyam, Makudam, Bakushai, Shalak, Maika'ala, Watazawadak, Alahayam, La, Maganawa, Wapanawa, Washimo, Alnawa, Baikor, Shalak, Aoka, Shaw, Yahushai, Lanawa, Lalamadnawa, Rabiam, Kakama, Tabawana, Aif, Shaw, the Barka, Basham, Yahushai, the Wada, the Myad, Ayulam, Aman. English translation. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, and also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahushua. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably your people, Israel. Help us build and gather Israel. Most high, we beg you right now, like the days of old. Please send Michael and the righteous powers to bless us, heal us, and watch over us. mainly send the Spirit of Yahushua to us to watch us. Mainly send the Spirit of Yahushua to us. Please send the righteous. Please send Michael the righteous powers to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. And mainly send the Spirit of Yahushua to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, always and forever. So be it. Repeat the Hebrew only. Bless are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us the law. Barak Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Asherah. Atananawa. Atharat. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us the light to see. Barak Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Asherah. Atananawa. Awar. Lara. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us a ransom to call the people. Ba'arakata Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Asherah. Natalanawa. Koran. Ayo. Lakara. A'aim. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us. No. Okay, let me skip that. All right, Yeshua, please be seated. Yeshua, please be seated.
Y'all got some things.
Shalom, Yeshua.
Shalom. Halfway.
So one chapter is closed, and another chapter is getting ready to start, meaning a new month. Okay? We start in the new moon. Yeah, let's cover that later, a little later. All right, so all right. So we're gonna go around. Each one of us gonna come up with 3 scriptures to show what the new moon is about and explain it. Starting with Anusha. 3 scriptures on the new moon. Why we be keeping the new moon.
Between Numbers 10, verse 10.
Chapter 10, what verse?
10 and 10.
10 and 10.
Uh, 10 and 10 read, Numbers 10 and 10. Also, in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your month, he shall blow with the trumpet over your burnt offering and over the sacrifice of your peace offering, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. So the Most High want us to have a celebration, to get together in the beginning of every month, to bless it, and to have a gathering, a feast, and to give thanks for this new month and moving forward.
Got an extra pen. Got my pen over there. Anybody has an extra pen? Can pass it around. I have mine in my jacket.
This is great.
That's fine.
You're good?
The water. So what scripture? You said number 10 and 10 was the first scripture, right?
Yeah.
Second scripture?
Are you all three of them in a row?
Come.
We would, Psalms 81. Psalms 81, verse 3. Verse 4. It reads, blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed, on our solemn feast days. For this is a statute for Israel, and in a law of God of Jacob. So when we saw the new moon, just like Quad did in the beginning, he blew the trumpet to announce to the people it's a solemn feast day. That's what it means to blow the trumpet. And this is a custom, a law for us to do throughout Israel. So it's something we're supposed to do throughout generations, every single month, at the beginning of the month.
Now that was Psalm 81 and 3.
81 verse 3 and 4.
81 verse 3. Anything else you want to bring out on that?
Yeah, pretty much is a time appointed, which is the beginning of the month. It's a solemn assembly. We have a feast. This is a statute and a law given by the Most High for us to do. This is something we're supposed to do throughout our generation, as a statute and a custom of Israel.
And what is a statute?
Something you're supposed to be following. Command.
Tradition. Tradition, like you just said, a custom, something we do regularly.
And we do regularly. Okay. When you get it, you can read it. Read the definition.
Okay, there we go. Figure
Now, statutes.
or statutes. I don't think that's it. It's not in there. Scripture, sculpture, figure. Spelling though, right? This with an S on it, right?
It ends with a TE.
Oh, maybe I got- Yeah, STATUTE. Okay, which one is this? STAT. Okay, yeah, you're right. Let me go down
Statute, a law, regulation, enactment, act, a bill, decree,
here. Okay, yeah.
rule, ruling, resolution. It's not a definition itself. It's a written law passed by a legislative body.
There you go.
So the law about what you just read in Psalm 81 and 23 was appointed, passed, legislated by the Most High. Goodbye.
Okay. Rule of a corporation founder intended to be permanent.
Okay, that's even better. It's a rule by a founder intended to be permanent. We read verse 3 in Psalm 81. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed, meaning a time specific, a time that is appointed, feast day. So those are specific ceremony days, right? And it says, for this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob. So who legislated to make this permanent? Who passed that law? Who instituted that law? Who instituted that law? So should we keep the new moon?
Absolutely.
Right.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay. And why did it say, for this was a statute?
This is established for Israel.
But it says was. Somebody might look at this right here, it says, for this was.
It was established by the Most High.
Okay.
I mean, what was, because he did it already. Most High already set it up
All right.
before.
Well, it was seem like it's not in effect anymore. This was a statute. Like it's not a statute no more. And the law of the God of Jacob. In other words,
No, here's what happened. It's exactly what Manny said. This was a statute established. He doesn't need to reenact it. He doesn't need to revisit it, make an amendment to change it. It was and it stands. That's why it says permanent.
The same way they talk about, say, the Constitution. The Constitution was established by the founders, right? So this is what they set up.
The only difference is the Constitution established by the founders are subject to change. because they realize that in their mind, things are changing, right? Or it has to adapt to the new environment. But with the Most High, there's no shadow of changing. When he said something, he don't make mistake. He said it once, and that's it. He doesn't need to go back and fix it.
Right. There's no amendment needed.
Gone. Okay? So next scripture.
The next one is 1 Samuel, chapter 20. And verse 5. And it reads, 1 Samuel 20 and 5. And David said unto Jonathan, Behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field until the third day at even. So, this is an example of our ancestors keeping the new moon. 20 and 5. This is an example of our ancestors keeping the new moon. David keeping the new moon. He knows tomorrow the new moon is coming. He was trying to stop.
Saul, yeah.
Saul was after David to kill him. So he went to hide himself so that wouldn't happen. And then he would come back the third day at even to keep the new moon. Mm-hmm. So this is one of our examples to show that even our ancestors were keeping the new moon. So this is an example for us to learn from.
Okay. And Gabar, read Malachi 3 and 6. So that was 1 Samuel.
Chapter 20, verse 5.
So now Gabar gonna read Malachi 3 and 6.
I the Lord.
All right, Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Why you say that?
You know that Jacob's still in the pot. You know what I mean? He's still included. He still loves Jacob.
Yeah, what about the next part?
Yeah. I changed not.
Uh-huh.
So he loved Jacob a long time ago and he still loves him.
Right. And I changed not. And what else is there? Read the whole verse again.
For I am the Lord, I change not.
Uh-huh.
Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
That part right there, what does that mean?
Well, destroyed.
Okay. So the Most High doesn't change.
Right.
Imagine if the Most High was wishy-washy. One day he says something, the next day he says something different. How would you be able to trust in the Most High like that? How can you ensure yourself that what he say can be trusted? Right? If one day he said a law, tomorrow he said, no, I don't want that law anymore. You don't have to keep it. I made a mistake. Right? So that's one thing that we can always say. Men change. Everything changes. Everything changes. Only the Most High is constant. Everything changes. Only the Most High is constant. And we see that in the moon changes phase. It go through its phases and change, but the Most High consistent. Consistent. right? And Patat, get your 3 scriptures ready. I'm gonna get to you soon. Get your 3 new moon scriptures ready. 3 new moon scriptures. And you're gonna read them and explain them. So I'll give you time to find them while Gobar will pull his 3 scriptures. You got them in your notebook. You could look over your notebook.
I got my notebook.
Go on.
This is James chapter 1. In verse 17. James chapter 1, verse 17, it reads, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning."
Go on. No variableness and shadow of turning. Variable, as the name implies, varies. It changes. It fluctuates. There's no fluctuation when it comes to the Most High. He said it, it's gonna happen. We can flip up and down, do backflips, catch a get emotional. Most High would not change. So you can bribe the Most High. You can't bribe the Most High. Nobody can bribe the Most High. Right? So, okay, nobody can bribe the Most High. As why we cannot bribe the Most High?
He owns everything.
All right?
Everything is his.
Because he's not a something of persons.
I mean,
Because he controls everything.
why you gotta bribe somebody?
Get your way.
To get your way? And the person needs the bribe. He needs the money. Right? The person is in need, and you need something, we both are in need, is an exchange. Right? The Most High doesn't need us. The Most High is okay by himself. We need the Most High, so we can bribe the Most High. We cannot try to get emotional. It's just, I mean, even when you go to court, you cannot bribe the law to begin with. Let's put it this way: you cannot bribe the law of the Most High. And in any court system you go to, even in a man court system, once the person being accused is on a stand and start catching him being emotional, automatically the judge stop. So let's take a brief recess, so that person can gather himself together. So you cannot bribe the Most High, and the Most High is a judge. You cannot bribe a judge.
Well, you can bribe a judge in the court of law, but you can't bribe the judge, which is the Most High.
Right, you cannot bribe, right, exactly.
Bribe men.
You can't bribe men, wicked judge, but a true judge you cannot bribe.
You can't.
All right, so on that, goodbye. Your three scriptures.
We're going to do Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verses 6 through 9.
Go on. Ecclesiasticus.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, here we are. Ecclesiasticus chapter 43, verses 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. Okay. So it says in that verse, because it's saying that God made the new moon, and the reason why he made it to serve in our season, which is that month, for a deck to declare what time it is. So it's telling you what time it is. And a sign of the world. The whole world can see the new moon. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. That's deep. It's a sign of feast because we're supposed to celebrate it. And then there's a light that it appears to decrease and become more and more perfect. As it gets dimmer.
Okay.
Verse 8.
You say it decreases, get dimmer.
A light that decreases, so I guess the light begins dimmer as it's being more perfected. It decreases in our perfection.
What happened? You explaining, I'm sure I want to see. You got to be confident in what you're telling
Be
people.
clear on that?
And be clear for everybody.
Okay. Everybody didn't get that? Did you get that? Okay, well, the light is a dim light. It's not as bright as the sun. But it's perfect, though, because it's only doing what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be like that. Okay? It's a dimmer light, and as it decreases, it does it perfectly.
Now, check this out. Let's not make it complicated.
Okay.
The moon is a clock. It's the Israelite clock.
Right.
That keep turning.
Right.
Okay, it's keep turning. It keep turning. But the way it turns, it turns, it turns, it turns, it turns.
Every week is
exactly. It turns.
Different, brighter light.
Yeah, it turns, it turns, it turns. That's the clock we go by. That's the Israelite clock. That's the clock that the Most High give us. So when the clock tonight, the clock reset for the month. So when the clock reset, it tells you that you're getting closer and closer to the kingdom.
Right.
Okay? It's the clock that's turning. And that time is in the past. Okay? We move to a new chapter forward.
Okay.
You said the second time was better too.
Right.
As far as the way it does it, it's perfect. The way it goes through its changes.
Right.
Before you were saying it's getting more perfect.
Right.
It's already perfect.
Right. It's already perfect. It's like it's the clock. So you trust your clock, right? If it's on time, you set it up, it's on time, you look at it, you trust it, right? And the only problem is your clock needs a battery to keep running. If the battery stop, right, you better make sure you have another clock that was running with the battery still have some life in it, right? So you don't mess up in what time it is, right? But with the clock of the Most High, it is perfect, well established, where it is turning without skipping a beat, doing exactly what the Most High created to do from the beginning when he established it all the way up to now. That's how we know we can trust the Most High. Okay.
All right. Verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above.
Right. It's an instrument, right? Go ahead. That's your explanation. I almost jump in. Just go ahead.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
Mm.
Don't forget to break it down. Precept by precept.
The month is called after her name. As we say, the moon, the month.
Mm.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing. The month is increasing as the moon changes. Being an instrument of the armies above. Now, the armies above would be whatever's in heaven.
What are the armies?
The stars,
Okay.
different planets,
Okay.
the sun.
Mhm.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
Okay.
Okay?
No, it's for everybody.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, anybody got any questions?
Okay.
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
In verse 7, it says, "From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreased in her perfection." So, does that mean that so the new moon is supposed to be a bright moon? And then it decreases and get dark. And her
It's
perfection. Is that if I'm reading that correctly?
Yes.
So it's supposed to be bright. So if I go outside right now,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm supposed to be able to see the moon then.
Now,
Why not?
all right, let's look at it again. It says, the new moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection.
Right.
As the light decreases, it becomes more and more perfect.
But if it's decreased, that means the light is there and it get dimmer, it get dimmer, it get dimmer. If it decrease, it didn't increase, it decreased.
It does, it increases when it first comes in. Okay. But I guess at the end of the new moon is the new month. It vanishes.
No, because this is the new moon. This is a new month.
Right.
We start.
It's the new month.
Right.
Right. And you're
So
saying
is it bright or is it dark?
it's dark.
Right here it says light.
Okay, let's see. A light that decreases in her perfection.
So if it's light, then it decreases. So I get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer.
You would think so, yeah. You would think that about it.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, let's examine it some more. Because it increases, because every quarter, every week, it becomes
I'm
full.
going by what it says here.
I know, but I'm saying, by what it says here is not what we see with our eyes, right? That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? What we see is that it increases in light because it becomes a full moon, right?
When it becomes a full moon, then it decreases.
All right. Check this out. Let's make
100%.
right. So what the moon does, right? It says from the moon, right, comes festival time, right?
Right.
And then it says in verse 7, right, a light that decreaseth in her, 7. From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. That's where we are right now, right?
Is it a light?
A light that's wane. Okay? A light that's wane when it completes its course.
Right, so in the moon, and so it says in the new moon it's supposed to be a light.
No. It is, listen, it is a light, right? But that light wane as it completes its course. Okay? It is a light, but the light wane at its complete course, meaning when it's complete its cycle. Okay? It's a light, but the light that's wane as it complete its cycle.
What I'm reading.
Right. But that's what it meant. It complete its cycle. It wane as it complete its cycle. It is a light.
Even though, like, it's increasing, like you said,
A decrease.
Right, it's decreased as it complete its cycle.
this says it decreases, right?
Right. As it
When you look
complete.
at our eyes, every week it increases, right? That's what you were saying.
And decrease, it does both.
Where's the decrease?
Right.
It decreases and increases, it does both. Because when it's dark, And the light increases, it becomes brighter. This is what you call the new moon. We call a full moon, what they call it. It's bright. And then after that, that light decreases.
Right. It starts to decrease it, and then it
black, right.
it's just like a clock, like I was explaining. Boom.
Right.
It goes right here, it decrease,
Yeah, but my
it
question is,
decrease,
what
it
I'm saying
decrease, it decrease, then it completes the cycle, boom, then it starts again.
is- I understand that.
Right.
I know it does both. It does a decrease, it also an increase. Right? As far as the light. I'm saying that as far as the beginning of the month, is it supposed to be dark or is it supposed to be light? Based on what I'm reading, the way it's worded, it sounds like it's supposed to be a light. Then it decreases, it gets dark.
Right.
Right? Based on what I'm reading here. That's what I'm.
Right. It's saying, but you see with your eyes, it's saying the exact opposite of what they're saying. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, because right now it's dark outside.
Right. It wanes as it completes a cycle. It wanes as it completes the cycle.
You're missing the perfection.
Right. It wanes as it
Perfection, I mean, it doesn't waver, it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Right.
That's what
That's what perfection you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no man could alter it, no man could do anything to it. It's gonna do exactly what it's supposed to do.
It's following its
Perfect.
course.
It's following his order, it's following the law of the Most High that's set up.
Right. It's perfect. That's the perfection part.
Correct.
And the decreasing part must be talking about when it just goes black.
Right.
Because it does it perfectly. All of a sudden it was light, and all of a sudden black.
so it completes the cycle.
Right. That's all it's doing.
Right.
When it completes.
Perfectly.
Right. It completes the cycle
Every
perfect.
time.
Here's what happened. The key is the light part, right? You if you focus on the light part, it's always a light. It is a light. But the light doing its work, waning, going, it completes the cycle. Then it starts over again.
I know that.
Right.
I'm not disputing that. We all witnessed that. Nobody could dispute that.
All right. So that was
You got it though.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, based on the reading here, it's like, you look at it, it says that light that decreases. It also, the
so
moon
what happened is
also
right.
increased too. The light also increased too. It increased and it decreased.
Right. Because it moves around,
Yes,
right? Increase and decrease.
Right.
But when it complete the cycle, it fully complete the cycle, then it starts all over again.
Right, that's the part when it starts. Is it a light? Is it bright we can see it, or is it a dark?
When it start, when let's say when the new moon start, the first you won't see it.
Right, okay, I know that.
Right.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
it just completed the cycle.
Yes, but based on the reading, it says it's a light that decreases.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm supposed to see a light.
Light. So see, that's exactly where you at. You focus on the light. It is a light.
What?
Light wanes. The light wanes as it goes around. It goes around and completes the cycle.
I know
So now, because it says light, automatically you want to see a light, right? You want to see a light when
that
they
decrease.
right,
You wanted to see the light decrease.
right. So you want to make it as if full moon, you see it, that's the new moon,
Well, based on what I'm reading, to me, when I read it, that's what it looks like it's saying.
right? But you forget the part that is waning. It wane, right?
Yeah, but it
It
wanes
start
on both
and then it wane. But when it completes the cycle, completely dark. I mean, it's done, finished. Then it's gonna start again.
It's all over again.
Start all over again. Right? It completes the cycle. It start all over again.
It's hard when it completes the cycle.
What he's saying is, does it complete its cycle when it's full?
Yeah.
But does it come around circle when it comes full?
Does it come to the cycle, is it when it's bright, or is it come to the cycle when it's dark?
It completes the cycle when it's dark. Right? And then it start all over again.
Well, I get that, but what I'm looking at here is just that basically when I'm reading this is a light that decreased in her perfection.
Right?
So does that mean that when it begins, when it begins, is this when it's a completed cycle when it's bright? When it's full moon, that's when it completed the cycle, then it start over again.
You say when it's
It's the opposite what you're saying. I'm just saying the opposite based on the reading.
on the light part.
Yes.
No, if you go out there, today is the new moon.
I know that.
Right? So now, if you go out there, you won't see the
You
moon
won't see it.
because it completed the cycle.
Right, because it's
I mean,
the
done.
cycle is dark. Right.
Right. So now you're gonna start seeing it. The light increase again.
Then you see the light that increase,
Right.
not decrease.
It's wane, and it's gonna go It goes, it completes cycle, then it dark.
It's dark, right.
No, it's the light. That's not. It says, right. It says, he said, is a light. Right. Tell him exactly what you.
Now, based on the reading on verse 7, it says from the moon and the signs of feasts. So this is what's going to give us the sign of the feast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
A light, right? A light. So okay. So when I see the light, I know okay, this is the beginning of the feast.
No. See?
Okay, what does the light do?
You see what happened?
The light decreased in
Right.
her perfection. So the way I'm reading it.
So you're reading it, so what you're trying to say is you're going in chronological order based on how you read it.
Right. Correct.
Right? So if I did that, same thing, right? So if I go to 8,
Well, it's not really.
because
Reading it
that's how you're reading it. You're reading it and processing it as it's going. The moon is a sign of feast. Okay, I'm focused on the moon. A light that so the light is decreasing. That's how you look at it in that order.
Correct.
So then if I go based on that analogy, like if I go to 8, right, it says the month is called after her name, right? So when we talk the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, whatever, it's dependent on the moon,
Right.
increasing wonderfully in her changing. So when I get to the first month, I'm going to see the light increasing because it was once dark, right?
Right.
So the light is now increasing. The first month, to me, I'm reading it, is increasing.
Right, he's going to first day, second day is
First
increasing.
month or the 8th month.
Right, it's
10th
increasing.
month. If it's called after her name. So now I'm focused on the moon. Now the moon is giving me this month, whatever we call the bib, whatever. It's increasing. If I look at it the way you're looking at it, I can make a case and say the same thing.
Well, you could do either side.
So check this out. Manny, here's how you look at it. It's decreasing, right? Meaning losing his intensity, his brightness. Decreasing wonderfully. It's losing his light.
You said decreasing.
Right, it's decreasing. Right, the intensity.
The light is decreasing or the darkness is decreasing?
The light is decreasing.
The whole moon, it didn't say decreasing, it said decreases.
Right.
Okay, so that means the whole moon went black.
Right.
That's how you
Right. So the light is pretty much decreasing in its intensity.
Decreased.
Right.
It, not
the
decreasing,
light.
decreases.
Okay.
So it went dark.
Right. And it did that perfectly.
Right.
It went black perfectly.
As we go around in cycles.
Right. So
Not
it comes
decreasing, but decreases.
right. So intensity wise, the light decreases as it wane to complete the cycle.
And it did it perfectly. It followed the circuit that the Mosai set for it. Bang! Just went dead. Or it looked like it. But it was still there. You just couldn't see it.
Always there, but you can't
Because
see
it
it
decreases.
because it goes out like a shadow all the way around.
Anabia.
I want to echo what I think it was a Gabar. You said that I think both you, Gabar and Manashai, y'all both said that it increases and it decreases, right?
Right.
Like Quran said, it wanes and also waxes.
Mm-hmm.
They call it waxing when it increases. They call it waning when it decreases.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the verse. I'm looking at what? Who's it talking about? The moon, right? What is it a light? What's it doing? It's decreasing in her perfection, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here it's waning. But there's no when.
There's no what?
You know what?
There's no when.
No when?
When. There's no when like when it decreases. It's just describing a feature of the moon. It decreases in her perfection. The understanding now comes in to say it decreases in perfection when it's waning. Like you said, every week a quarter goes by, right?
But is
2 quarters is what? Full moon.
right. But here's the other thing, right? But when you go back in Genesis, when you read, it said God created 2 great lights, right? So at the beginning, if it's 2 great light He created, then that would mean they have to be bright when it started. Because if it's two great lights, so it's the sun, you know, the sun's
Now,
only
so
bright.
check this out. Now, check this out. It create two great light, but those light, they have the specific purpose.
Is
How
there-
how they supposed to,
Right, I know.
how they supposed
So how do we know when he created the moon, was it light or was it dark?
What do you mean?
When he first started, beginning of the month, was it light or dark? Where he said, I create two great light. You know, the sun rules the day
And the
and the moon rules the night.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's the beginning of the month, the very first day of the month, if it's dark, how would you see it? Say, okay, this is the beginning of the month. This is two great light. The Most High
Now
created.
check this out. Let's go back to Genesis. We go back to Genesis. The evening, right? The evening, right? How does the day start?
From evening.
From even unto even,
Correct.
then you have one day,
Correct.
right? So if you look at it in that fashion, that's how you know it was first day. So what marked the day? What marks it's evening?
So the first day,
What marks when it's evening? What marks that?
when the sun goes down,
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
and you'll be able to see the moon a lot better
Okay.
in the evening time, right?
Mhm. Then the day starts.
So it's the first. So if this beginning, this is the first day, the first month, for you to see, for you to recognize the moon, it would have to be bright on the first day. You know? That's how I'm looking at it. Because when you read, it's like create two great light, one to rule the day, one to rule the night. So it's the first day in the first month. So for you to see, you'd have to see both of them. You see the sun during the day. Then in the evening time, you see the moon. Okay, this is the beginning. Two great light that the Most High created.
I don't know if the moon is on the dark side, is it not still light?
What I'm saying on the first day, the first month.
Okay.
When it started.
Right.
Yeah, even on this dark side, when it's moon fades out completely, you still can see it,
It's still a light.
but it's not yet, but it's not as bright.
But keep in mind, right? Even when the Most High created those things,
Right. But we don't know, we weren't there, so we don't know. So I'm just
No, but
based on the reading.
No, but what we do know is, even with those things being there, like we've been living on the earth, we fully never knew what the moon's purpose was.
Absolutely. you're
So
right.
now the only way we kind of fully understood that was that Most High had to give word and instruction.
Right.
Absolutely.
Same thing when we came out of Egypt, the Most High said, this right here is the beginning of your month.
Right.
We didn't know before. We didn't know what. We was just living around doing the Most High said, right now, this is the start. Right? We're gonna start counting from right now.
Right.
Gave an order.
Right.
Gave
So
the order.
those things was there before we even came into earth.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So we now had to procreate and start doing things. And then the Most High came and said, all right, I gotta start giving instruction. Man already, right?
Right.
Until the Most High had to come and say, okay, now I'm gonna give you instruction, Adam and the rest of your generations of people y'all gonna now understand that when I created that was for that, and not to be doing this. When I created this, that was for this, and not to be doing that. So that information was held by the Most High until man came to what they were gonna be, and the Most High chose them to say, okay, this was
Right.
You
so
said
the moon was there,
Yeah, it was always there.
it was always there.
Right.
We just now had to understand.
It's function.
You said we wasn't celebrating the new moon before we came out of Egypt, you said?
That's not.
So we were celebrating the new moon before we came out of Egypt.
No, that's not. I'm not saying we weren't or we were not. What the point of this discussion was to say that even during the time when we was in Egypt, during the time when the Most High first created the heavens and the earth and everything in it, instruction had to be given to us on what to do.
Okay.
Right? We just didn't come out the womb. We didn't come out of Egypt. We didn't know without knowing. Like the Most High had to give us that knowledge.
Okay.
It wasn't just that we just said, okay, that's what this is. We're gonna make up our own thing, do our own thing. Nah, the Most High chose a nation and gave them that knowledge, that higher learning, so to speak. Which is like right now.
Because with this right here, with this right here, this is a PhD. This is PhD knowledge. Right? This is the Most High's PhD knowledge for us. So what they learn out there in the world, that's more like masters in foolishness. Right? like Samak is saying, this right here, this is higher learning. This is gonna go off. It's unplugged. Can you get the plug for me? I don't think it's plugged. So it's plugged back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plugged. Yeah. No, it didn't. Okay, now it's light up. Okay. All right, good. All right. So, I mean, Manny, somewhat you still don't get it?
No, I get it. I get what you said as far as Samak is saying. In terms of like, it doesn't really tell you. I guess it doesn't really tell you how it starts. If it's dark or if it's light. It just tells you what the moon does. It's just light that decreases, and it does it perfectly.
And it renew itself.
And it renew itself, correct. But as far as if it starts a full moon, or if it started a dark moon, based on the scripture here, is not very clear.
Okay, so now we can tell today is the new moon.
Yeah, that's why we tradition as far as we come to.
Right, but we got to go by the phase of the moon. Because keep in mind, before the prophets, they used to go by the phase of the moon. They used to observe what's happening, and then they'll be able to tell where we are. Because keep in mind, just like we're looking at our clock, now we get familiar with it. We know exactly what that clock says. We used to know exactly what the moon is saying. We can look at it and know what the moon is saying. Just like we know this right here. Now we know it's turning. We know it's this time. As we see the moon turning, we used to know exactly that's what it says. Because that's the Most High used to use that time to even communicate to us on that day.
I'm perfectly clear with that. Just support that if it's dark or light when it begins. This one that's very clear, but other than that, I'm clear on everything else.
All right. So that was your second scripture, right, Gabor?
No, I think that was the first one.
That was the first one? All right, second scripture.
All right, let's go to Luke 21.
Luke 21 and 25, right?
Right. This right here doesn't tell you to celebrate the new moon, just saying that the new moon is it's going to be signs about the new moon that it's the end of the world. That's all that's saying. Right. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth. The stress of nations will be the sea and the waves roaring. Signs in the moon like never before. Anybody any questions on it? It's not too many questions on it. Let's talk about that. Let's just mention the moon. They said the moon.
Like I said, anybody got any questions? Ain't gonna be too many questions on that. That's just
You already blocked the question.
You can block it off.
I mean, if we got something, you can speak out.
I got a question. How do you know it's the end of the world?
If you read the rest of the scriptures above that, and before that, you know that's the end of the world. Would you like to go into it?
What are you saying?
That scripture. What's that?
Nah, I got you. I'm messing with you.
I know you are. All right, we're going to go to Amos 8 and 5.
Amos 8:5.
Be trained in that.
play attorney. I mean, devil's advocate.
As you read it, you read down to 2 verses now, pretty much explains itself. You say Amos?
8 and 5.
All right.
All right, Amos 8 and 5. Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat, making an ephah small and a shekel great, and falsifying the balances by deceit. Now, these are wicked men of Israel who can't wait for the new moon to be over with and the Sabbath to be over with so they can increase their pockets. Because you're not supposed to sell or buy on those days. So they want to get rid. They waiting for these days to be over with so they can get back to business.
And crooked business at that.
Crooked, right? They crooked.
As a matter of fact, those days are days to refresh, right? It's a day to refresh, to reset. The Sabbath day, to reset the week, the month, to reset even for the month. So Most High doesn't want us to stay focused too much on things that's going on in the world, right? He doesn't want us to stay locked in and get lost in the world active right now. He wants us to focus on the world to come. So in order for us to do that, he keep putting breaks, right? Breaks in the week and breaks in the month. Right? He put breaks in the week, breaks in the month, so we set, put things in perspective. Right? Focus on him. Right? Focus on what's ahead. Right? Don't get too much locked into this world and you forget about what's to come, the kingdom to come. Right? So he create that habit so that we can, stay focused on what's to come. So anything more on that, Lamar?
I don't know. Any questions?
So you ready, Batak?
Yeah.
You sure? If you're not sure, I can skip and then go to Nabiyah until you get yourself your scriptures together. If you're ready, you could go now.
I do the best I can, Father. Explain.
All right, cool. So go ahead. 3 scriptures.
First one's gonna be Deuteronomy 33, verse 14.
Deuteronomy 33 and verse 14.
Deuteronomy 33 and 14. It says, and the precious fruit brought forth for the precious put forth by the moon.
What's that Deuteronomy what?
33 and 14.
Wow. That's a heavy one right there. That's got meat. Deuteronomy 33:14. But I mean, it's meaty, but it's not meaty. If you look at the context of it, it's not that meaty. It's all depend how you look at it.
Man, I mean, if you, from off the top of your head, it's only talk about the moon, the sun, growing things.
Precious fruit.
That's what that.
That's what the precious fruit means, that the sun has grown. The fruit. That the sun shows that the fruit grows when the sun is out. And the precious thing is put forth the moon. And well, it was dark at night, so one deal with the sun and one deal with the moon. Shows how it works for the fruit, all the vegetables and stuff where the sun grows, shows that the fruit it grows from the sun. And the precious thing put forth by the moon is even though it grows at night, the fruit will grow in the sun and you relax at night at the moon.
Anybody wanna even some input on this scripture? Because he tried. He did on the sun part. You on it.
Deuteronomy 33:14.
Right. I need help with that precious thing put forth by the moon.
Deuteronomy 33:14. Anything, Goodbye?
I already gave my insight on it. You missed it?
Yeah, I missed it.
I was saying is that the moon grows things and the sun grows things. That's the way I understood.
Okay.
That's for the precious sun give us light during the day. Right? That was his purpose.
Right.
To give us light, shine throughout the day, and the moon gives light throughout the night.
Right.
So these are the fruit that they give out.
What's that?
The light.
No, you're talking about something growing, don't you think? Because of the light.
But one for the sun, it grows in the daytime, and the moon gives out light too, but it gives it at night.
And different fruits grow at night as opposed to during the day.
Right, so they both give out because of the light.
They grow things with their different light.
Right, so that's the fruit that the moon and the sun did.
Right.
The fruit, and again,
That's
the
the
light.
fruit. Yeah, that light is the fruit.
Okay. You agree with that, Nabia? Yeah. The light of the moon is the fruit that the moon is giving. The
Both
light
of
of
them
the
give
sun
out.
is the fruit.
Both of them give out light.
The
The sun and the moon.
In other words, you're not talking about the fruit that's growing out of the ground. You're talking about light from these two big lights are the fruit. That's what you say.
That's your physical fruit. I don't see that. Huh?
We talking about for the moon?
Both of them.
Moon and the sun.
Well, I mean,
The fruit is
Yeah, but because certain plants at night it goes off the moon, right? Which is different. the light that shines during the night that those planes go by, that screw out the plate and they help them to grow. The same way during the daytime,
When the
the
sun
ray
comes
of the
out.
sun, that some trees that needs that, right? And that helps them to grow also. So to me, the lights that's coming from the moon and the sun, that's the fruit that they give the tree for they could go out and bear their fruit.
What do you think, Simone?
Yeah, Mrs. Precious Things. It's fruit, vegetation, but it's also animals too. We have creatures that operate during the day. Yeah,
Well-
creatures that operate at night too.
Same thing with us, because we need vitamin D from the sun, right? So that's the fruit that the sun gives us, is that vitamin D. So where we get the fruit from is from the ray, from the actual light. That's how I get from that.
Like this, the sun give out its light in the daytime, the moon gives it out at night. So both of them are helping back into each other.
So, two great light, right? They both doing their work perfectly. From the sun, without the chlorophyll, without the chlorophyll, we won't have the precious fruit that we have today.
So both of them are helping back into each other.
And the moon is the sign of feast. All right? It is a sign of feast. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Tell us what month we in. The sun is doing its job, and everything that we mentioned from the vegetation, we need sunlight, right? We need sunlight for them to grow, to give us the nutrient, right? To feed us, right? To feed the physical of what we need, to give us the increase, right? And at the end of the month, we count our blessings.
Right.
We count our blessings at the end of the month. And then we have a feast. The same thing that we produce, right, during the day in the sun, that goes in the sun, at the end of the month, we use those same great things, right, to celebrate the new moon, which doing is distinctive work, right?
Right.
Right? And the sun is doing a distinctive work. So they both wonderful. And they doing exactly what they're supposed to do to give us what we have. You need two more scriptures.
We go with Jeremiah 31, verse 35.
Jeremiah 31:35.
31. Jeremiah 31, it says, "Thus said the Lord, would give the sun for the light by day, and the ornaments of the moon and the stars by the light by night, which divides the sea when the waves thereof roars. The Lord of hosts is his name." This says what the Lord does, Most High. He gives the sun by the light for the day, for the audience the way it worked, and work at night for the stars of the moon, and the light by night, which it divides the sea and the waves of the roar to show he is in charge.
All right. Anybody have anything to add on that?
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. As far as does it start light, does it start dark?
What does it matter as long as it does what it tells it does? The waves are steady moving the whole time. It's light and dark. The waves, they might roar heavier when it's 100%. The waves may really roar as opposed goes to roaring lightly when it's only half the light.
Missing the point.
Which one?
Does it start light or does it start dark?
It starts off with the Lord said that He gives the sun light.
Somewhere it says,
It
"Thus
doesn't
said the
say
Lord,
in the way it's supposed to work.
giving the sun for a light by day,
Mhm.
and the ordinance of the moon and of the star for a light by night."
It doesn't say. Hold on, buddy. Good, go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish it.
I'm saying, does it start light or does it start dark?
It says like
Okay.
you mean 100% circle moon.
So now check this out.
When I'm saying light, I'm saying bright.
Mhm.
Is it beginning as a bright, say as a new moon, as a full moon, as we call?
Yeah, it's not even talking about the new moon as the start of the month. This is talking about the moon period, right?
Talking about what the
Because
Most High-
check this out. This is
He's in
thus saith
control of.
Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light
Correct.
by day. So in the daytime, it's bright, and that's what determine we in the daytime, right?
Mhm.
By the sun.
Right.
It says in the end, the ordinances. What is an ordinance? The ordinances of the moon. So it gives the moon a job to do, right?
Mhm.
Right? And of the stars for a light by night. The moon and the stars.
Right.
Right, by night. So this has nothing to do with the new moon. But does the moon have light?
Yes.
Yes. So we're talking about the light when it comes in the moon, right? When the moon have light, he give it an ordinance. So this is not speaking about the beginning of the moon or the end of the moon. It's speaking about the moon period and the stars that give light.
And that they control the waves.
Right. So it says, "It's moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the wave thereof roar." Right? The Lord of hosts is his name. So now pretty much the Lord of hosts is his name. This wonderful thing that you see happen that sometimes you can comprehend, and that's wonderfully made. The Most High did that. Like you said earlier, he's in control. He control all these things. He set all these things up. All these wonderful things, he set them up. He's in control.
So when it phases, when we see it, and it's what we call a bright full moon. On the other side of it, is it like the other side of it, the dark side of it? I don't know how it works.
Probably so, because it's daylight in China at this moment, right?
Exactly.
So probably so.
Yeah, it should probably like.
If you're talking to people in China right now, like I've been doing regularly,
Probably daylight.
daytime.
It's daytime, right?
He can come in.
Depending where you are in the world, what do you see? What time? So dark. So on the other side of the world, they see a bright side of it. So they celebrate the new moon.
New moon is not the time our new moon starts, because they don't have the same time at us. So the same way, if you're gonna observe it based on where you are. All right. So you're gonna observe it exactly based on where you are. So for example, is daytime over there? Right? Probably the day is already what? The first. I mean, today is what, the 20.
No, what I'm saying, when it's fully lit, when it's right on the other side, it will be bright.
Not necessarily, depending on the way you are as it's turning.
Yeah, but it takes about at least
Right, so
at least 2 weeks.
It's all depending on where you are. Right, they're gonna be in the new moon close. Right, they're gonna be in the new moon close, or a day behind, or the day. Right.
When the new moon comes.
So my back can test that. You travel from here, go over the other side, and Sunday, and the moon is different over there when you go to Germany.
Yeah, but you do. I think what you're conceptualizing is that if, like right now, we're saying the new moon is dark.
Right.
On some other place on the planet, it's like a full moon.
Is it like, I'm asking the question?
No.
It wouldn't be like that.
As a matter of fact, in India right now, it's 8:46 a.m. Right? In China, in Beijing, China right now, it's 11:16 a.m.
There ain't no moon out at all there.
Right.
So after it gets night, where are they?
Because it's not. Who was that? That was him. It's not like everything is just stationary. So let's say like the Earth rotates, right? So like right now, if we're in the new moon and someone is behind us, so you have people who's ahead of us and people who's behind us.
Exactly.
They just haven't gotten to that point where when they're now getting to that point where the Earth rotates and get to that and they say, oh, we're now in the new moon.
Right.
Since they had them, they would be ahead. So that was
Right.
So that's it. Like
they already celebrated the new moon already.
yeah, like for instance, when I do go overseas, and sometimes I'm the new moon is coming in, I celebrate the new moon before y'all celebrate. Oh, okay. Because I'm 6 hours ahead, so the time when the new moon comes over here is going to be delayed compared to me.
Right.
Or the same thing for the spy in the other.
Trying to come in to set up.
Yeah, they're still waiting to come in. Or when my Sabbath day is over, y'all still doing like it's 12 noon.
Right.
Still doing the Sabbath service.
Right.
Sun is down already for me.
Right.
Okay.
So you're pretty much doing the same thing. You follow the ordinances of the moon based on where you are.
I get it now. They're just catching up.
Right.
Because like you turn on the radio, 90.9, like at midnight, it'll say, you're listening to the BBC World News. It's 5 o'clock GMT. They're already 5 o'clock in the morning over there. And it's midnight here.
Right.
Okay.
It's in 5 hours.
Because right now, when I'm talking to those,
You're on the thing, it's already morning, afternoon in India and China.
right. So that's why I gotta catch them. If I need to talk to them, I gotta catch them at 11 before I go to sleep because it's already daytime. They at work.
I learned a lot more things about the ordinance from here and reading the scriptures than I learned in school.
So what?
Yeah.
I am.
No, he said he learned a lot more in the scriptures better than about the ordinances of the moon and
Yeah, they'll teach you that in school.
No,
I've
they'll
never heard
talk
none
to
of
you.
this. I've never heard any of this.
I mean, why would you?
They don't want you to know.
You
They
talk
heard
about
no
the plan.
solstice.
I mean, even that is like, who would be teaching that? Who make the curriculum?
Right, because their custom is not revolved around this.
Right, yeah,
For them to go and teach that this is how it is, right? Their whole system is based upon their philosophy, right?
Right.
So yeah, you're gonna learn how they want you to follow, what they want you to follow. They're gonna teach you what the Muslims do,
Right.
observing the crescent. They're not gonna teach you that
Right.
because that's not part of their custom or their culture.
right. Like Hans Mike just said, right? That curriculum that they teach you in school is their philosophy about how they see life. So they don't see it how we see it.
Right.
So they can never write it the same way, we see it. If we want to teach it, we would have a school, we would have a different curriculum where we teach it exactly the same way, right? But we don't make up the curriculum. They make up the curriculum. We just happen to just go learn from that curriculum. Discussion. Even that curriculum wasn't made for us.
It may not be made for us, but they know these laws.
Of course,
They know them and they study them every day. They know about it. The smart ones. They may not be teaching us, but they know about the new moon and all this.
Right, but when you say the smart ones, who you talking? You're not talking about the person at the elementary 151 elementary
Right.
school teaching down the block. You're talking about like the elitists.
Yeah, the elite.
Right, but the ones that's in these high schools and elementary schools, they got me who said, listen, I want to go become a teacher. I'm going to go to the school and get my degree, that they're going to tell me what it means that I need to teach the next one.
Right. This is what you got to study
Right.
to get this degree.
right.
Right.
And,
It's like the people that go and get a theology degree. They don't know nothing about the stuff that y'all talking about.
Even when you said the leaders, you said the smart one. If they were smart, they said, "Damn, maybe I should be keeping this."
But no, they're not Israel first law. So they
Yeah, but
elite and they're not interested in us getting there. They ain't gonna never tell us.
oh yeah, that's for sure. I'm just saying for them to follow it for their own benefit, but we already know they're not going to do
They're not
that.
gonna do it because they're against God. But they do though. They know.
Oh yeah, they know.
They practicing against God. See how they
see how what they can do
Trip
to
them
you.
up, you know what I mean?
So they ain't that smart.
Well, you got that right, I guess. Don't even go against the creed, right?
Right. Yeah.
Two verses in which you're talking about. 5,
Daniel chapter 7.
verse 25.
Mhm.
But really 25. So Daniel 7 and 25, and it reads, and he, when you read above, the he is just talking about the fourth beast, the government that runs it now,
And he,
shall speak great words against the Most High,
okay,
and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
right.
Like you said, they're going to boast things and go against the Most High's
Mhm.
doctrine, statutes.
Right,
He said, they shall wear out the saints, the saints of the children of Israel,
right.
according to us dealing with captivity in
Mhm.
all different forms. Whether it was before antebellum slavery to Jim Crow to what we got right now, incarceration, etc.
Mhm.
And even when we're not locked down like that, we have to wear 2, 3, and 4 hats, in one job, right?
Y'all cold?
It's
There ain't no.
I'm feeling
He don't please.
now, when you came in, it was 75. Now it's 67 because we didn't
Turn
turn
it
it
up
up.
a little bit, bro.
Now it says, and think to change times and law. And that's where it says, instead of using the moon to tell the time of month, they use the sun.
Mhm.
And they have a solar calendar instead of the lunar calendar. Instead of the day beginning when the sun sets, like the scriptures say,
Mhm.
they say that they shall be given into his, the fourth beast, which is Esau.
Right.
He runs this government. His hand until the time, back in time.
Mhm.
We're talking about 1629 to 1970, the time we were here, not knowing the truth in its fullest.
Right.
Prophesying. And then the other verse is in Daniel chapter 1.
And you got to,
Verses 3 and 4. Because the Cushites or the Babylonians back then did what we see Esau and the heathen do now, especially Esau, since it's his government. It says in Daniel chapter 1, verse 3, and the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes. They took us captive and took our leadership captive, right? Our royal line too. It says in verse 4, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability and understanding the king's palace, in whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. So they had to teach us what they got. They understand. Right? They look for those amongst us who already had knowledge of those things already from. It's teaching what we understand. Of course, Daniel and Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, they were the ones that the school focuses on.
All right. So you got one more. One more. You come out with some heavy ones. I think Gabar set you up with this sheet he handed in. So next time, bring your notebook with your new moon scriptures on it, so you don't get set up. Those heavy hitters.
We're going to Genesis verse 14, 19.
Genesis 14, 19. Well, it's good though, because we don't normally pull those scriptures in new moon in new moon service. Genesis 14 and 19, right?
Genesis 14 and 19. It said, and he blemished, and no, it said, and he blessed them, and said, blessed Abraham of the Most High, the possessor of the heaven and the earth. And he blessed him and said, Blessed be by Abraham of the Most High God, the possessor of the heavens and the earth.
So, how we link that with new moon? If you can't link it, then we go to the next one. All right, so let's pick the next one.
So Ezekiel 45, verse 17 and 19.
Ezekiel 45, 17 and 19. Ezekiel 45, 17 and 19. Right, put that?
Right.
17 and 19.
And 19. Ezekiel 17 to 19. It says Ezekiel 45, 17 and 19. It says, and it shall be the prince fast to give the burnt offering of the meat offering and offering and the feast and the new moon and the Sabbath and all solemnities
Solemnities.
of the house of Israel. He shall prepare the sin offering and the meat offering and the burnt offering and the peace offering to make a reconciliation for the house of Israel. Reconciliation for the house of Israel. It shows here that Prince temple offering, which is the priest.
Okay.
And they have a feast and for the Sabbath. And the solemnity people of the house of Israel is showing that they have in their would have to go to the priest for them to make the offering.
All right, so since the new moon is part of this one right here, all it's pretty much is saying, if you want to link it to the new moon, is among the feasts that we celebrate and we offer sacrifices, all the diverse sacrifices that we ought to offer the moon.
They're both the same.
No, not both the same. They are part of the celebrate when we offer those sacrifices. So the new moon is right here as part of those feasts that we celebrate, which means that the ceremony of the new moon is not something that we just pull out of thin air. It's included in our solemn feast days. Okay.
This is the Prince's part to give us their law.
Right.
Okay.
Except that today we don't do the burnt offering anymore, and we all know Why? Because Yahushua is the ultimate sacrifice. Because the new moon is still in existence. Right? The new moon is here. The new moon, from the time the Most High established it till now, is still here. Therefore, we still keep those feast days to celebrate the things that the Most High created and that are still in effect, and they serve us. Right? They serve us living here on earth. Okay? All right, so good stuff. Kahanabiyah, 3 scriptures.
Ecclesiasticus 27:11. Ecclesiasticus 27:11 reads, "The discourse of a godly man is always the wisdom, but a fool changeth as the moon." So discourse is like conversation. You say what you do, right? Of a godly man, the man who follows the Most High, is always as the moon. The fool is always changing around, not consistent. Right? One minute he believes one thing, the next minute he believes something. Same way the moon goes through its phases of what they're talking about. When it comes to this principle. Now remember, your methods, those should change, right? That's nothing wrong with changing your methods. You don't want to change your principle.
Right.
Because you know there's something that is right. That's where creativity comes. If you keep your principles, you can change your methods. Or how you may exercise it.
Kind of. Along the line. It's like you gotta have conviction, right? You gotta have conviction. Conviction, that's what brings you respect. If you lack conviction, you keep moving from one thing to the next. Conviction is when you say this is the way it's gonna go, and that's that. This is it. Like you can change your methods, like he said. You don't change the law. You don't change the rules. The rules cannot be bent. So you gotta have conviction. Even people who do wrong things out there that have conviction, people respect them, even though they're doing wrong thing, because they don't change their conviction.
Keep on doing the same.
They keep on doing what they doing, even though they wicked as hell, but they got conviction in their wickedness. So it's the same way in righteousness. You gotta have conviction. You can't say one day you're not going to this party on a Sabbath day, and then next thing you know, they show you right there. Nobody gonna respect you. You're gonna lose your respect.
Isaiah 66:23. Isaiah 66:23. It reads, "It shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord." This is a good example of what it said. This was done in the past, right? This is an example of something being done in the future.
When you say, yeah.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23. This hasn't happened yet. It shows you that the new moon, like Akim was saying, not going to.
Right.
We're going to keep it in the future too. It's going to be a day clearly after Christ makes his second coming.
Right. And also, this will show that there's gonna be the rule established in the kingdom of Yahushua, one constitution. Right? One constitution.
Right.
It's the kingdom constitution.
Everything will be right.
Everything's gonna be based on this right here. That's why it says all flesh shall come to worship me. I know we're accustomed to say this is our book, but this is the earth book, the kingdom book. That we will be ruling in conjunction, partakers with Yahushua, as heirs with Yahushua. We're gonna be ruling these things with the Constitution, and everybody gonna have to fall in line. And if they don't fall in line, well, Moses said what's gonna happen to them.
Psalms 104 and 19. Psalms 104, verse 19. It reads, the He is the Most High, appointed the moon 4 seasons. We already read it. It says, the sun knoweth his going down. To tell us what season it is. Counting the months, you can tell there is spring, summer, right? What season?
You say 104 and what?
19. All right, so Kahan Samak, scriptures.
Deuteronomy 4.
He had 33. The only one we pulled in Deuteronomy was Patak, 33 and 14.
Deuteronomy 4:15. So Deuteronomy 4th chapter 15 verse says, Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for you saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of a male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flies in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. Right? So it was never the Most High's intentions of all his creation that he created, that man who would bestow wisdom on the Most High to go and worship those same creatures. Creatures that's on earth, in the waters, in the heavens, or even in the second heaven, which is the sun, moon, and stars. The Most High never wanted us to go and worship. Now, the other nations may do that, but it was never intended for us. Right? So they put that in the commandment, put that in the instructions as a warning that we don't corrupt ourselves by worshiping the creature instead of the creator.
Right. It's like we always have that issue. We're looking at the messenger and worship the thing as opposed to worship the Most High. So it's because we always get the wrong concept. So we make the thing the focal point, where instead of making the Most High the focus, the message of the Most High the focus. That's how we go establish religion. St. Peter never tell us to do it. He bring a message. The message was very good, but Peter never tell us to go and start a church called St. Peter. St. Peter, you know. John the Baptist never said to go establish a church called John the Baptist. We missed the message. Yeah, we missed the message. We always miss the message. The Most High created the moon. He tell us, here's the ordinances, but only me should you worship. We missed the message. We worship the thing.
No other questions.
All right, it says divided, the last part. Which the Lord thy God has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. You know, when he says divided, I mean they all in a piece of see, they all see this moon with stars, right? That's all he's saying.
In what verse?
That's verse 19 at the end of it.
Verse 19 in chapter 4, right? It
Yeah.
says, at the end of it,
Which the Lord thy God has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven, moon and stars. That's what he's just saying. That's what he's saying. But don't worship.
Second Kings
2 Kings.
23, 4 and 5. Second Kings chapter 23, verse 4. And it reads, it says, and the king commanded Hilkiah the high priest, and the priests of the second order, and the keepers of the door, to bring forth out of the temple of the Lord all the vessels that were made for Baal, and for the grove, and for all the hosts of heaven. And he burned them without Jerusalem in the fields of Kidron, and carried the ashes of them unto Bethel. And he put down the idolaters to high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about them also that burn incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the planets, and to all the hosts of heaven. And he brought out the grove from the house of the Lord without Jerusalem unto the brook Kidron, and burned Kidron, and stamped it small to powder, and cast the powder thereof upon the graves of the children of Israel. Right? So this is Josiah doing cleanup. Right? So we just read what the Most High had warned us coming out of Egypt that we as a people shouldn't do. But Israel, rebellious Israel, God got that curious eye. We started following after other nations, worshiping their gods. We did just that. So that became infectious. But when we had a righteous king come in, he went and removed iniquity and sin from amongst the people. He then went and found the altars and the groves that was set up and got rid of them. Then went and found the priests that was setting up the incense to burn to the moon, the sun, and the stars, and the planets, and everything else. To go and get rid of them, stamp them out, the groves, and everything that was set up. As a testimony to always try to rid iniquity and separate ourselves from anything that would be leaven to the nation. Last one, Job 25. Job 25 and 1. Says, then answered Bildad the Shuhite and said, dominion and fear are with him.
Job 25.
The whole chapter. It says, verse 2, dominion and fear are with him. He maketh peace in his high places. Is there any number of his armies, and upon whom does not his light arise? How then can man be justified with God? Or how can he be clean that is born of a woman? Behold, even to the moon, and it shineth not. Yea, the stars are not pure in his sight. How much less man that is a worm, and the Son of Man that which is a worm. Right? So this is going into that of all these great creations that all the things that he has, none of them are in comparison to the Lord. They pale in comparison, right? The sun is bright as it is, the Most High is there, it's not going to shine brighter than the Most High. The moon is not going to shine brighter. Nothing can compare to the Most High in his brightness, in his wisdom, in his glory, anything. That's why he says the stars are not pure in his sight. The stars are perfect. The stars do what the Most High tells them to do. But it's not pure, or it's not blemished like the Most High.
All right. So I'm gonna pull 3 scriptures and we close out. All right, so let's go to Ezekiel 26 and 1.
Ezekiel what?
26 and verse 1. Ezekiel 26 and 1. It says, and it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first day of the month, that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying. All right. So the first verse right here show you in the 11th year and in the first day of the month. Okay, so we're gonna see a pattern. There's 3 scriptures I'm gonna read that shows the same pattern. So the Most High had a way of communicate with the prophets of the old with our prophet about information that they need to bring out, but he do it in the beginning of the month. Okay, so the records that he need the prophet to speak to Israel, he came in and delivered to them in the beginning of the month for his purpose, right? So now let's go to same chapter 29, verse 17.
I would say it don't tell you what month, it just says first day
Of the month, 11th year, first day of the month.
it don't tell you.
Right. So verse 29 and 17 reads, and it came to pass in the 7th and 20th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, right? And then last one is Haggai 1 and 1. Haggai 1 and 1. And it reads, in the 2nd year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the first day of the month, came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet. So you see the pattern that the Most High repeat over and over, right? because the month and the Mosai choose to speak to them of a new thing that they should speak to Israel, right? Turning the chapter and introducing a new message that you need to bring to us. So this is like a pattern that you see happening, right? But Mosai do it according to his purpose. We may not understand fully why the Mosai do it, but just so the Mosai tell us to observe it because it's something special that he said, and we should observe it every month.
That's not to say that he only speaks to them.
Right. That's not to say he doesn't speak to any days, but you see the of the Mosai speaking to us on the first day of the month. Why he does it that way? He does it according to his purpose. But all we know is we're supposed to observe and follow, right, the new moon. All right. All right, so with that, we're gonna say peace and shalom. Enjoy the new moon and also happy Sabbath. All right, and we'll see each other in the AM. All right, stay tuned for the closing prayer. Barakta Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Asherah, Natanawa Par Yagaban Tuara Aman, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yashah. I madu upon you, Ayuashalom, since we choose. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakushai, Shalman, Lanawa, Aitha, Yam Yun, Aitha, Shalat, Maikala, Walalahayim, Atazawadakim, Shemo Ayah, Barak, Wapa, Mangun, Barakaziyak, Bunya, Yasha Allah, Wasalat, Lanawa, Rabiam, Bakama, Rabiam, the Aif, Rabiam, Bayana, Rabiam, Sabalanwa, Rabiam, our one, Rabiam, Aqua, Rabiam, Ahabiam, Rabiam, Agana, Wakanaya, Wasalat, Kal, Kata Yemnawa, La Akim, Wayasha Allah, Dumyad, Waiwulam, Ba'asham, Yahushai, the water, Dumyad, Waiwulam, Aman. English translation. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please listen to us now, right now. Send Michael and the righteous powers and angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the children of Israel. And send to us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, much love, much spiritual protection, and forgive us all our sins for the brothers and sisters in Israel, always and forever. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. Four corners prayer. Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Barak Nawa, Wayasha Allah, Wabafya Suparium, Shalmai, Yashav Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hainawa, Yahweh, Echad. All right, blessing the Lord. Yahweh, Agadol, Ba'asham, Adawanya, Yahushai, Abakushai, Barak, Ma'ako, Yanawa, Shatai, Shatai Waf Yanawa, Yayan Yanawa, I'm sorry, Yayan Yanana, Yayan Yanawa, Lacham Yanawa, Shakarai Yanawa, Zakar, Shom, Hayurak, Kadash, Ba'asham, Yahushai, the water, Aman. All right. Brothers, circle up. Happy new moon. Shalom, brothers and sisters. All right.